Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More. We're back at the gnarly 8plex I bought about a month ago. We've had a couple of vacant units we've shown you. We have another vacant unit to show you today. And it's just as interesting, maybe more so, than the other units we've showed so far. So first off, Nikki found this. Like, oh, there's a weed growing here. No, pretty sure that's a watermelon plant growing out of the concrete. So you know you have a good property when you've got vegetables growing out of the concrete. That is definitely a special upgrade. This is actually the unit we showed last week. And so it's always tricky in these situations. We've talked about before, we just gave tenants a couple of free months rent. We were hoping they'd tell us when they're out. They didn't really tell us when they're out. They just kind of left, and this one left the door open. So I had gone in there thinking it was vacant. It sure looked vacant. Went back in there today. It looks exactly the same, so we're 90% sure it is vacant. This is the video from last week when I shut the water off, if you're wondering. But I did go back in there again. And then I had kind of gone in another unit last week as well that looked vacant, but we weren't quite sure. And then I went in there today, and it looked exactly the same, so we think it's vacant as well. We think a couple others might be vacant too, but we're doing a few things to double check. And we left notices, and we did get a call back from one tenant saying, hey, they're still there, but they'll be out November 1st. So this place should be close to completely vacant November 1st. And we are going to get started with demo and work on it this week. So we ordered a dumpster, and it needs some demo for sure, as we'll show you when we look at this next unit that became vacant. Obviously, windows, doors, floors, hot water heat needs help, as you can see. Bathrooms, kitchens, pretty much everything needs redone in these units. I paid $595,000 for it, which might seem absolutely crazy, but we're in northern Colorado, where we should be able to get $1,000, maybe even a little more per unit. And at those prices, it's worth over $1 million. So that's why I was willing to spend that much money on it. And it shouldn't take $300,000 to fix it up. We'll definitely do builder grade materials like we normally do from Home Depot. And a lot of the bones and guts on it are actually pretty decent. The roof is decent. The boiler's newer. The water heaters are newer. A lot of the pipes are actually okay. So surprisingly, a lot of the systems are good, which are really what get expensive. All right. Here is the one right above that I was in before that I wasn't sure was vacant, but now we can confirm is vacant. Again, they left us all their stuff they didn't want, and who knows? Maybe these were furnished. Honestly, they could have been partially furnished when the last landlord rented them, because we believe he just kind of had rented to people who worked for him, and then he took rent out of, it's disgusting, their paychecks, and they're paying about $500 a month. And I should not have opened that, because I think a roach jumped out at me right there. So that was a mistake. I should know better. I should know better than to open fridges and open cabinets in places like these, but I just can't help myself. I still do it. One reason why we're getting rid of everything, is because there are roaches pretty much in every unit. So after we do that, we'll have to bug bomb it, get an exterminator or something in here to get rid of them, get them all out of here. Because we have had other properties like the complex that had roaches before, and when we went through, remodeled, did everything, bug bombed it. I've had that, almost 3 years now. No problem since then. So you can get rid of them, but it's hard to do when people are living there. That is for sure. So that's the place. Another beautiful unit. We'll have more units coming up here soon. Of course, we'll have more videos after the demo starts, show you what we find, confirm if this was or was not the train depot at one time. I think it was. We talked about that in the last video. And so far, no issues with tenants or evictions or things like that. I don't think we're going to have any of those. Knock on wood. We've had some of those issues before. And then, of course, we'll have updates as we remodel it, get things rented as well. And we do want to figure out what to do on the outside. It's not the prettiest building in the world, so that'll take some brainstorming too. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more, and I'm hoping I didn't bring any little critters with me on my way back to the office.